How do philosophy, religion, and science help us understand what life is? Science, life, consciousness, awareness in reality. Religion, life, the soul, awareness in reality. Philosophy, life in reality, which is in reality. In essence, philosophy, religion, and science have constructed the idea of two realities. One, reality, uppercase R, what exists beyond the universe and would exist should the universe dissolve. That's getting into metaphysics. And two, reality, lowercase r, the universe within which we currently exist. Religion and science did not intentionally set out to create these two types of realities. They emerged as a natural result of both. Religion intuitively understood the concept of a causative force or a creator. Science is beginning to understand the concept of time, limited existence. The two realities, reality and reality, uppercase R, are most likely not separate from each other. A creator does not have to be physically greater than her creation, but by definition she is greater than her initial creation, and if that creation is a part of her, him, within her, she remains greater than her creation as long as that creation remains within her or him. Religion, life is eternal. We cannot ask religion to relinquish the position. To do so would be asking religion to annihilate itself. Philosophy has no option but to include this aspect within its unified view, if it is to remain unified, and to be truly unifying. Science, the universe exists. We cannot ask science to relinquish this position. To do so would be asking science to annihilate itself. Philosophy has no option but to include this aspect within its unified view if it is to be truly unifying. Philosophy, most religions sense something greater than the universe. Science is seeking the boundary of our universe. As such, philosophy must now begin to study reality. Philosophy has little choice but to begin building a model depicting reality within a greater reality. It appears that reality, our universe, is a part of something other than itself, or life most probably could not be eternal. Life is in reality, which is in reality, uppercase R. Until we understand the model and its dynamics, we will remain in a state of confusion. What do philosophy, religion, and science have to offer us as individuals? Religion, existence in reality, capital R, through faith. Science, existence in reality through observation, and some would say through faith as well, to a degree. Many scientists believe in their theories. And philosophy, fusion of the two through reason or logic. Religion, science, and philosophy are the three basic means we have of obtaining a perception of what we are as individuals, a model of the individual, the universe, and what lies beyond can be constructed using any of the three. The dynamics behind the model can be spelled out in all three cases, but the models will all be different from each other and each will be based upon only one perceptual view. Three views, one built upon faith alone, the past results, conflict, infighting, violence, intimidation, fear of death, arrogance. Another view, built upon observation alone, the past result, doubt, faithlessness, skepticism, godlessness, constant inaccuracy, fear of death, defeat, or defiant attitudes. The third, built upon pure logic alone, or philosophy, as a standalone. The past result, no absolutes, no solid foundation, fear of death, moral relativism, doubtful attitudes. None of the three have been sufficient by themselves. Combining two may prove to be better than any one alone, but still not the best means we have of building a model of reality, lowercase r, within reality, uppercase R. Science, philosophy, and religion are each capable of developing a model of the individual, the universe, and what lies beyond the universe, although they may call this concept by different titles and names, such as the absolute, or God, or causative force, but none can develop a stronger model than the three combined. Science, philosophy, and religion, or spiritual teachings, may be unique in the contributions they have to offer us as individuals, but none of them can stand alone against the other two. To bring peace and harmony amongst the three will take a cooperative effort. Is humanity willing? To provide the strongest foundation, the greatest cohesive bond for us as individuals dispersing throughout space, will take a united approach from the three. Without a unified view, we will disperse as divided, competitive group of individuals, warring superorganisms, or hive minds, collective consciousnesses, sending mixed messages to whomever we come into contact, provided that we are not the only life out there. But if other life forms or ourselves, as we once again bump into each other in the vast distances of space, something to consider. What significance do philosophy, religion, and science have to offer us as a species? Science, the whole is equal to the sum of its parts. Religion, a part of the whole, is less than the whole. Philosophy, reality is less than reality, or reality is a capital R. We are presently bound to the planet Earth. We presently are in a constant state of turmoil over social issues, religious issues, infighting between religion and science, science and philosophy, philosophy and religions. The feuding prevents us from coming to terms over issues each attempts to dominate from their particular point of perception. So, it is abortion, capital punishment, fetal tissue research, assisted suicide, genetic research, sexual harassment, bigotry, and abusive actions remain major issues of debate. We have not resolved those issues because we have not established a unified view addressing why we exist. What is the significance of our species to reality and reality with a capital R? Do we have an active role to play in terms of what lies beyond our universe? We do not have a universal philosophy in place that brings together the most basic and cherished perceptions, tenets, axioms, and principles religions, science, and philosophy use as the base of their perceptions. The process of fusing the most basic perceptions to which the fields of religions, science, and philosophies adhere will allow the development of a means to resolve the basic differences dividing us, rather to see them as they are and not come out fighting in the end, but cooperating. Until we join the three in a limited front, or an unlimited front, accepting the concept of ourselves belonging to something greater than ourselves, and the highest percentage of human beings on earth believe in that in some form or another, that there's something greater than ourselves at work. We will most likely never provide a unified or an unlimited front as a species. The concept of united we stand, divided we fall does not apply only to geographical territories. It applies to us as a species. Religion, science, and philosophy must unite. Their union will provide not only a source of strength to individuals of our species, but to our species as a whole. We will be struggling for our survival in the vastness of space. So it seems we are heading in that direction. At least the desire is there. Landing on the moon and beyond. As long as our species stays clustered upon one planet, we remain susceptible to any number of catastrophes capable of annihilating our species. And we know this, of course, extinction level events have occurred in our past. What is to prevent another? We will need all the strength of faith, all the absoluteness of observation, and all the logic of reason we can gather together in order to survive not only the random species-threatening events that occur throughout nature, but also the intentional acts that may occur. Humanity or humanly generated evils or otherwise. What significance do philosophy, religion, and science have to offer other life forms in the universe? I would add that the broad-based use of the word religion also includes spiritual, or those who identify as spiritual and not particularly religious. In this broad usage, it includes spirituality. Religion, or God, a causative force, created the universe, reality as we know it. Science, a causative force, initiated the universe, reality. Philosophy, a causative force, is the dynamic behind reality. The process of developing a unified view can orient around the physical world. If things continue as they are, a unified view most likely will orient around the concept of our species being superior to others in some way. If the observation of superiority is not observable, then we will believe it through faith. Without philosophy taking the lead, without reason acting as the foundation for the overall unified view, our past behavioral tendency of a superiority complex to place ourselves above others will continue to dominate our perceptions, and our past history will continue to repeat itself unless a unified view rectifies it. Good, you say, but is it? Our past has been entrenched in the concepts we have observed around us. Survival of the fittest. Only the strong endure. Crush or be crushed. Violence, violence, and more violence. But is that the only way to survive? It may be true that survival depends upon strength, and on the other hand, is strength the reason we were created? Is strength the reason we exist? Or is it the means by which we protect ourselves so we can fulfill our purpose? A quote from the New Testament, Christ says, "My grace is sufficient for thee, for my power and strength is perfected in weakness." Unquote. If we have a purpose other than to be strong, then that purpose is truly universal. It may apply to other life forms within the universe. What is that purpose? As life forms aware of abstraction itself, we have the ability to define this purpose based upon what we see, what we believe, and what seems logical. As such, we can create a unified view inclusive to Homo sapiens only, or we can create a unified view incorporating all life forms. We can make it a self-serving philosophy, or we can make it so broad it will incorporate vast members of others throughout space and the universe, or universes themselves. To make it truly universal, we most likely will have to attach it in some logical manner to a greater reality than just ours, or our particular universe. broader we make our model, the longer it will serve us in the future. Change generates turmoil. The broader we make our model, the less radical any future modifications will be. Less radical future modifications means less turmoil and upheaval for future generations, provided they survive. Let's choose ourselves this time rather than wait for change to occur. But let's not just choose, let's choose wisely, using science, religion, and philosophy.